It's Jim and Sydney, we're back with another episode. This time we're going to cover the simple methods of good web design.
The cliché that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder is a very tired one. Still, we can't think of a saying that gets any quicker to the subject concerning skillful web design.
The theory of simplicity embraces the use of fundamentals like a few distinct elements, limited colors, and even features such as animations. Sometimes referred to as minimalism, this theory strips away elements that would reduce or drastically draw focus away from any element that isn't necessary to the page's message. Each component must have a definitive objective, and anything that doesn't promote the intended purpose is excluded. But do not confuse simplicity or minimalism with plain. Simplicity in web design can be somewhat challenging to accomplish.
In other words, simplicity is complicated. It's an oxymoron.
The other end of the spectrum is to load up the page with impactful images, many bold font styles and font sizes, and multiple highly concentrated impact colors. There's so much complexity at this end of the range that a sense of confusion is possible. Some call this other theory, which is at the other end of the spectrum, maximalism.
So what should your design scheme be?
We highly suggest that your web page design should reflect the message you're trying to convey, and is consistent with your brand. If conceptually the content and ease of use are more important than visual impact, then simplicity in design is the way to go. It will be the brand's identity, that is clean, direct, and decisive. By the way, if you like our content, please support us by subscribing, and give us a like. And please leave a comment. The opposing attitude on the subject, maximalism, goes something like this. Maximalism is the alternative way to form unique brand identities. It says that your brand is bold, aggressive, and confrontational. These are two distinct philosophies on structuring a website with two varied ways to go about accomplishing its end.
So what should be your next thought on the subject?
It's how to understand the complexity of simplicity. Designing using the concept of simplicity or minimalism is not uncomplicated if done correctly. The first step of this method begins with realizing how to reduce the path from the visitor's initial contact to causing the visitor to make a decisive action. In uncomplicated terms, remove unnecessary elements. And the beneficial side effect is that the page will load more quickly. However, the immediate advantage is that the viewer can concentrate on the content, concept, service, or product presented. Here are some of the fundamentals to achieve that. First, consider minimizing the number of font sizes and typefaces. That makes it simple to emphasize the essential concepts. To underscore the importance of specific content, change to larger font sizes, or a bold font style for headings. Then use a single color scheme to propel the design. That can include multiple shades of the single color approach, but you have still maintained the simplicity of color. This monocolor tactic still allows the use of black and white. The actual use of the web page must also maintain simplicity by keeping the user interface easy to understand. The user interface, also referred to as the UI, is the point at which the human and computer connect. And the tools of the user interface are the display, keyboard, mouse, or any other input devices. They should use the simplest controls for scrolling, buttons, navigation bars, and any other tools that don't need any thinking to implement.
This requires deleting any non-essential graphic design.
In other words, if the element is for decorative impact, it probably isn't in tune with a simplistic design. This concept also boldly uses whitespace. By using whitespace is meant that each design element should have plenty of open and uncluttered space around it to present the concept. Consequently, every single item will convey a discernible and clear-cut meaning. Minimalism design usually forgoes images.
We feel that is a mistake.
However, to maintain this design theme, images need to be easygoing and simple in composition. Some may find simplicity too stark or cold. The determination to use this design method in its strictest application depends upon the target audience. If the intention is to create something emblematic of cutting-edge innovation, high fashion, or sophistication, then consider this design scheme. The final word on simplicity is that the correct application of this concept requires considerable planning.
If you follow the concept of simplicity, should you use or need a table of contents?
That's a great question. The primary reason or need for a table of contents correlates to the size or complexity of the website. When a site has extraordinarily large pages or a complex structure, the viewer needs a clearly defined means to reach that section that is of the most interest. That goes for web pages, for example, that are filled with a sizable number of posts, have a vast list of products, contain a directory of news articles, or are a catalog of official records. A table of contents provides an overview of the website's substance and subject matter. It also helps the viewer to understand each page and the website's structure.
Besides making things easier for the viewer, The table of contents is one of the components that Google uses in its ranking algorithm.
Like the primary navigation menu of the site, the table of contents can act as a menu for an individual page. It links the viewer to the desired material on the selected page, or it can also connect the viewer to related content anywhere on the site. Each item or line of the table of contents creates a dynamic link to the appropriate section of the page. To build a table of contents, create individual hyperlinks from the line items of the table to the desired content. Or use templates, plugins or application widgets, which just about every website builder program or content management system includes as one of its tools. Routinely, the positioning of the table of contents is before the first significant section heading. There should be some introductory text before the table of contents so that the introduction of it is not too abrupt. Never forget the two rationales for a table of contents: to provide an overview of the web page's contents and organization, and to direct the viewer to a specific area of interest. Thanks for watching, and look for the next episode, which deals with the proper use of images and illustrations. See you then. To get the entire printed series, click the download link in the description below for our free ebook. Also, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. We appreciate your support. And please leave a comment. Stay with us to see some of the other episodes in this series. The one on the left is the prior episode, which covers WordPress hosting, and the one on the right, which deals with other aspects of website building. Thanks for watching.